Donkey of the day right there.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
Call me the donkey of the day, but I mean no harm.
Listen, Donkey of the Day for Wednesday, January 20th goes to one of DJ Envy and DJ Dramos' favorite people, Joe Exotic.
Stop it.
Now, if you've been paying attention this morning, then you know last night Donald Trump released some last-minute pardons that included the likes of Lil Wayne, Kodak Black, former Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick, and countless victims of the war on drugs. People like Luis Gonzalez, who was a 78-year-old nonviolent drug offender who served more than 27 years of a life sentence. Anthony DeJohn, who has served more than 13 years of a life sentence for conspiracy to distribute marijuana. Corvain Cooper, 41 years old, and has served more than 7 years of a life sentence for his nonviolent participation in a conspiracy to distribute marijuana. Hey, soon-to-be President Joe Biden. All of that was your fault. Okay, the 86 mandatory minimum sentence in the 88 crack law, the 94 crime bill, all those folks I named got their lives taken away from them because of federal drug laws you wrote. So many people on there who got life in prison for distribution of weed, but weed is being legalized all over the country. If I'm Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, I'm making weed legal, and everyone locked up for weed and nonviolent drug offenses should be set free immediately. Okay, that's one of the first steps a healing for this country. Right your wrongs, Joe. Right your wrongs. I want to see all these people free. And when your administration sets all these people free who are doing big numbers for weed because of policies you wrote, Kamala can say this.
We did it, Joe.
Now back to today's Donkey of the Day. The reason I told you about all of those people is because out of all of those people, the one I kept hearing folks in this room here at the Breakfast Club talk about is Joe Exotic. I mean, it seems like for months, all I've been hearing Dramos and Envy talk about is Joe Exotic getting a pardon, okay? I can't wait for Joe Exotic to get a pardon. Tiger King, Tiger Bone, Tiger Woods, Tony the Tiger, Frosted Flakes, they're great. I mean, these guys were on it, super excited. If you don't know who Joe Exotic is, he's the former Oklahoma zookeeper who has been serving 22 years in federal prison. Now, the reason Joe Exotic is getting Donkey of the Day is because this, ladies and gentlemen, is a prime example of why you don't count your chickens before they hatch. Okay, in this case, you don't eat your flakes until they're frosted. All right, see, Joe Exotic's legal team requested a pardon. They sent a letter, and the letter said he humbly requests a pardon to correct the injustices he has experienced and to have the opportunity to return to providing meaningful contributions to his community. Listen, people, great request. But one thing we all must learn in life is never celebrate too early. I apply this to everything in life. Something isn't done until it's done. I don't care how close we are. Even now, y'all celebrating as if Donald Trump don't have presidential power until noon today. I'm watching CNN. They on the White House lawn with the freaking jet, and it says Trump soon to depart White House. We don't know what's on that man's mind or what he's thinking. Okay, if he goes away quietly, I'll be surprised, but I'm not celebrating anything yet. Salute to the good brother Isaac Hayes III. He's got these hoodies and shirts that say, I survived 45. He's been selling them for a whole month. I got one, but I'm not wearing it until tomorrow because I refuse to get ahead of myself, and that's exactly what Joe Exotic did. He got ahead of himself. Let's go to KOCO ABC 5 for the report, please.
Eric Love is the lead advocate for Team Tiger, a group consisting of attorneys and private investigators who represent Joseph Maldonado Passage, aka Joe Exotic. He was sentenced to 22 years in prison in a murder-for-hire plot and for violating wildlife laws. Love tells me he's the one who told Maldonado Passage to look into a presidential pardon. Love says they expect to get the nod sometime tomorrow between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., but in the meantime, they've been preparing for his release.
We've got hair, makeup, wardrobe, a doctor, and also a mental health expert.
He says they also have a limo ready to pick him up from the prison in Fort Worth, Texas, and take him to a secure location.
Joe's biggest thing is he can't wait to get out, as you can imagine, and he doesn't want anyone to see him until his hair is done. So the most important person tomorrow is the hair, makeup, and wardrobe folks.
This white nigga. Joe Exotic had the nerve, the unmitigated gall to not only book a limo, but had hair and makeup and a mental health expert at the ready. had the nerve to say that the most important person is the hair person? No, the most important person is the person that was supposed to give you the pardon, okay? You just knew you was coming home. Now, I'm all about speaking things into existence, but I'm also about dealing with reality, and the reality is you don't throw your hands up in the air before you make the shot. Did you learn nothing from Nick Young on Tuesday, March 25th, 2014? Remember when Nick Young shot that shot versus the Knicks, and it went in and went out, but he turned around and threw his hands up in the air like he made it? This is such a teachable moment. See, your Uncle Charla, I'm that uncle who has a bunch of quotes that may or may not go with the situation, and they may or may not make sense, but they do make sense. See, you start with light ones like, see, nephew, this Joe Exotic situation is why it is never over until you win. Simple enough to understand. And then I turn to one of my nieces and say, see, this Joe Exotic thing is why you never sell a tiger skin until you kill it. That's simple enough to understand. And then this is when Unc says something that makes sense but don't really make sense. See what I'm talking about? That damn Tiger King thought he was getting out. Went and got a goddamn limo before he got the pardon. That's why you focus on the mission from launch to landing and celebrate only when the rocket is safely on the ground and the tiger is safe in the cage. Shut up. One more. See, a tiger doesn't lose sleep over the opinions of sheep. But at least them goddamn sheep not sleeping in prison.
I like that one.
You understand it?
Yeah,
okay.
I like that one.
The moral of the story is, it's better to live 1 year as a tiger than 100 as a sheep, unless that 1 year as a tiger is in prison. What I'm trying to tell you is, a tiger never returns to its prey he did not finish off. Joe Exotic and his legal team ordered a limo, hair and makeup before the devil damn prey was finished. All I'm simply saying is, never celebrate too early. That's nothing. Okay? That's it. Please give Joe Exotic the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
You are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yee-haw.
That's right. Don't be a tiger's head with a snake's tail.
Donkey of the Day is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident. That's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull.